one game away. Blow up. We're playing for something, man. We're playing for something. This gotta mean something to you. It gotta mean something. Everything you got. Everything you got. Let's finish this.
Do it, fellas.
Let's go.
Let's do it, fellas.
Finish 2 3. 1 2 3.
You ready to make history? Come on now. Yeah. You know there's these 2 words. And when I say them, people get goosebumps cause they know what happens next. So without further ado,
Free smoke.
look. Scared cause I'm drowning in silence with bad thoughts. These days I don't have nothing to say, man, the bag talks. I put in headphones on my driver. Pull up to the spot and give a good dick and Godiva. I can't lie, I'm uninspired. No more pillow talking about nonsense. I only stick around to put some band-aids on my conscience. I don't know why I feel so bad, nigga. That's what we do, no foundation. We don't build no more, we just screw. Half a bottle of Henny, girl, I'm going with the wind. The same niggas say they happy for me, ain't want me to win. So I'm done on my friends. Don't need help popping Coronas and reminiscing. I just call up Big Bro J and say it's time for venting. If I live forever, I hold this hate for some centuries. You don't know how much I have you doing what it meant to me, but motherfuck all that. I don't even offer up the time to make the call back. Stupid Lodo, if they don't get the picture now, man, I crop them out of the photo. I can't relate to my peers. Been doing this shit for years. I'm motivated by fears. I took the wheel and I steer. My sound not dictated by fuck boys in Atlanta. Stay gifted like this album was ghost written by Santa. Boss forever like they decided to throw me under slammer. Every song's a hit like they picture me underhanders. I could drop 1,000,000 songs, but they never gon' understand us. Soapbox sermons for niggas never giving chances. Fight our whole lives to get these weak ass advances. Work twice as hard for the shit that they getting handed. And this ain't even nothing we chose, nigga, we branded. Still can't tell why all of these niggas mad at me. I'm trying to get 100 so I can put my team on salary. Give it all to the art, man, I turn my life to a gallery. Man, damn, what a fucked up masterpiece. 1,100 shots and I swear, man, I felt them all. If we ain't even good on our blocks, man, who can we call? Pre-decline state of mind, we broke crabs in the barrel. Got us fighting our folk, man, this shit just a life of peril.
Yo, you know what I'm realizing? The world's obsession to the wrong thing is absolutely insane, bro. I just saw a post on Twitter, or X, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I just saw a post that said, congratulations to Matt Barnes for letting Derek Fisher coach his kids. Or congratulations or respect to Derek Fisher for coaching Matt Barnes' kids. Bro, how childish are y'all, bro? Like, bro, how? For one, I don't even know how this is something that was a tweet, for one. That's just weird energy to me. 2, it's nothing else going on in y'all life that this is the type of stuff that energize y'all day. Like, what? This is exactly why social media is a problem. And it ain't really social media as much as it is the people on social media. But social media give people this new platform to be dumbasses, and people take that opportunity. They jump at it. I just don't understand what purpose that tweet served. Why was we not focusing on the hoopers on the court and instead focusing on something that's so childish and happened so long ago? I see why people get mad when they do something and they like, yo, I'm not even allowed to mature past it. I'm not even allowed to grow past this moment because y'all gonna keep bringing it up. And I understand when people say, well, what you do in your past is always, nah, bro, it's not like that. Because for people y'all fuck with, y'all forget everything they ever did. I keep saying it. Big Ben played a long career without anybody bringing up the fact of his rape allegations. But for some reason, Derek Fisher and Matt Barnes can't live without y'all bringing up this goofy ass story all the time. Like, they minding their own business, trying to be men, mature. And they can't move past certain issues because y'all don't want to mature. It's not that they can't get past it because it's something they did in their past. This ain't like they murdered somebody. They can't get past these. No, they get past it. Y'all can't, and they can't let it die down because y'all so childish, bro. It's ridiculous. And you know what I'm starting to realize? The most childish people don't even think that they childish. They'll look at you in your eye and say, bro, why is he worried about what I'm worried about? Not even realizing the effect that constantly being engaged in this nonsense is doing to their brains. Like, I just didn't understand the tweet, bro. I don't understand why people seek out drama. I don't know why people seek out negativity. Like, why? What was the purpose in that? And to frame it as if like, oh yeah, respect for the bro. He a coach. the dude coaching the man who the dudes is on the team. Like, what do you want him to do? Jump up and be like, oh no, my kids can't play for a team that Derek Fisher coaching. Like, bro, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Like, this bubble of ignorance that people like to live in and drama, I really don't get it. I saw somebody else tweet today, like, bro, y'all talk about anime too childish, but y'all sit down and be watching celebrities fight and argue over stupid shit all the time. And I'm not really an anime watcher, but I agree with that statement, bro. I agree 100% with that statement, bro, because it's absolutely ridiculous out here. But with that being said, welcome to another episode of Kicking It with Saint. I am your host, Saint, and we are here for the week 11 picks and predictions. Hopefully it's a good one. I was about to get into the show off rip, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm finna as soon as I find what I'm looking for. Give me a minute. I found what I was looking for. It's been a long work week, bro. It's been a long week for me, period. It might have been a long week for you. I hope you're getting through it. You know, if ain't nobody told you lately, bro, I got you, bro. I believe in you. You gonna get through this shit. The important thing is, it don't matter what we going through. It don't matter the struggle, because life get hard. I can attest to that. Life get fucking hard. But this shit, bro, you gonna get to a point, much like me, where it's like, bro, I don't give a fuck about none of this. All these obstacles and shit in my way, I don't care about them, bro. I'm getting through this shit, like dead ass. That's legitimately been my mindset over these last, and I didn't even know how honed in I was on that type of thought process until, like, literally I had some tragic ass news, like some ignorant news, some news that really pissed me the fuck off. And then I could have just let that shit completely just derail my whole mental. But I went to sleep, like I said, and I woke back up and I was like, nah, this shit not finna defeat me, bro. Nah, no shot. No shot. Like, when that judge looked at me and basically tried to tell me that I was a bad person and I was a certain type of person, that's the thing that always interests me, when people like to make judgments on situations and people they don't know or understand. But like I said, I had got to a point where it was not shit I could do or say, so I didn't care. But I do get irritated when people try to paint me in a certain type of light, because I'm like, bro, you don't know me. You never had a conversation with me. Like, dead ass. Like, I understand you got to do your job, but you ain't got to make it personal. Point blank, period, bro. You just do your job. That's what I'm saying. People who get these high positions, bro, they get to forget that they humans. It's like they get paid enough to, or they get a certain position of power where they like, yeah, bro, I don't have to have emotions or no type of feelings and nothing like that. I realize how people get off on making other people feel like shit. But like I said, I'm at that point now where it ain't nothing that can be said to me that'll make me feel no type of way. It ain't nothing that can be done to me that'll make me feel no type of way. It's not a thing right now that I can think of that will break me, bro. Nothing. After these last couple years, bro, I'm locked in. I'm locked in. And shout out to everybody who watched the Draymond Green video. I went to sleep and that shit had like 7 views. I woke up and the shit had 108. Motherfuckers really like talking about Draymond, huh? But anyways, the week 11 picks and predictions. I don't think Henry sent me his, which is not really on him, because I haven't been checking because I've been so busy the last couple weeks. When I do put out one of them, the quality, we here now. That's all that matters. Obviously, we done already had the Cincinnati-Baltimore game. I already talked about that. If you haven't seen that show, you should go check that show out. It's a pretty good show. I'm not going to lie to you. I start talking more about the game towards the end of the show, and that's on me. If you wanted me to recap that game in a more in-depth way, it's really hard to. I explained it in the video. Joe Burrow didn't play, so I really was talking. You know, I've been seeing a Bengals player talk crazy on Twitter, bro. It's real funny how players talk when they lose, man. It's real funny. Anyways, though, obviously Baltimore won that game 34-20, but Chicago is in Detroit this week, taking on the Detroit Lions. I'm pretty sure we all can agree that Detroit is going to win this game. They should win this game. They better win this game. It would make no sense losing to Chicago. I don't think Badgett is like a terrible quarterback or nothing like that, but I just don't think Chicago is a good enough team all around. Plus the Lions understand what they fighting for, bro. I don't think the Lions is like a Super Bowl contending team, but in the NFC they are. So they understand what they are fighting for. So the Lions shouldn't lose this game at home. Plus the Lions can score points. I think they can score at a higher clip than the Chicago Bears can. I'm not going to watch this game. I'm just telling you straight out. I'm not watching this game. I'm getting sick and tired of watching Chicago games, to be a band with you. And most of the time when I watch the Lions, the games I don't watch from the Lions this year really don't do much for me. And I'm not really trying to figure nothing out about the Lions. I don't watch the Lions enough to understand what they are, in my opinion. Now, when they play against another big team, I might watch the game, but I'm not watching the Chicago Bears. It's not really about the Lions. I can still sit and watch the Lions play, but I'm not sitting and watching Chicago play. But the Lions, I told y'all earlier in the season that I don't think the Lions defense is as great as people make it out to be. I just think this is one of them things where when you look at some of the teams that they get to play against, their defense should have better games against teams who struggle to score. And this should be one of those games where where the Lions defense get home a lot on the court. Like, I expect them to have about 4 or 5 sacks, couple quarterback hits. They'll probably have an interception or 2 in this game. But I expect the offense to put up at least 30-something points on this Chicago team. I don't expect this to be a competitive game either. I think the Lions is one of them teams that will be able to put this team away early. The Giants head to Washington. Who knows what the Giants got going on in that quarterback's position right now. Washington, I'm picking them to win. And this is another one of them games, man, where I don't like either team. I don't want to watch either team. I'm pretty sure this is Ron Rivera's last year as the head coach of the Washington Commanders. I just look at Washington and I just see so much wasted potential, so much wasted talent on that team that is not being extrapolated. It's really irritating that Ron Rivera got to have 3-4 extra years because of the cancer shit, bro. Like, in my opinion, Ron Rivera should have been fired 2 years ago. I don't understand how they keep letting him get away with winning meaningless games to get a shot at bro, if you really sitting down watching these teams, like, to me, coaches is not held to a high enough standard, because the fact that they get fired and still get to collect all that bread is ignorant to me. Especially when they get fired off of doing a terrible job, like the last couple coaches we done seen fired. Joe Judge in New York. All the coaches they done ran through in Oakland or / Vegas. Like, I don't really the Houston Texans and all the coaches they had ran through before they got to D'Amico. Like, all them coaches collected all their bread that they was owed. Bro, you getting put in a position to make a bunch of money, but you're not nowhere near as good at what you should be doing, but y'all get mad at players all the time. Like, to me, the fact that Ron Rivera done been a coach of this Washington team and the talent on this team haven't, like, bro, at no point in time can you tell me that the Washington defense done been a top 2 defense in the league. Because that's the type of talent they had over there on the defense, to where they should have been a top 5 type of defense on a routine basis. And you got a defensive-minded head coach, and none of that shit was ever clicking. And so I'm sure they'll end up winning this game because they're facing another team that's offensively challenged. And from where I'm sitting, Eric Bieniemy is carrying this fucking team at the moment with his offense. So I expect that to come through. I think Sam Howell got the most passing yards in the NFL, which is further proof as to why I could care less about all the stats that people love to glorify. But I'm taking Washington to win this game. Dallas, Carolina. Obviously, I'm taking Dallas to win this game. Carolina probably going to have a rough game against this Dallas defense. I can honestly see Bryce throwing a couple interceptions, a couple sacks, a couple fumbles. This could be a hellfest for Carolina and I don't see Dallas. Dallas's offense might drop a 40 piece in this game. Dead ass. Like, here we go with coaches again. Don't understand why Frank Wright got this job. I really don't. The only thing I heard when Frank Wright was in Indy, Andrew Luck retired. And bro, y'all had multiple years to figure it out after that. And not to mention, bro, what did Frank Wright's offense look like that was so special in Indy? Because I don't remember a special offense being in Indy. I know they had a lot of good defenses. They had a good run game. I don't remember any of these prolific style type of offense. Oh, but he didn't have Andrew Luck. Bro, I'm looking at other teams without an Andrew Luck level talent quarterback still have prolific offenses on a weekly basis. I don't understand why Frank was fired from Indy and then immediately got that Carolina job. That is baffling to me. But the proof is in the pudding, because what is he doing right now to make Carolina a better team? And you can say, oh, he got a rookie quarterback and they ain't got a lot of talent on the team. If we keep giving every coach the excuse of you don't have to coach your team when all the players there might not be as good as you want them to be, then what the fuck did I hire you for? If you are a coach that can only coach talent when it's actual a lot of talent there, but you can't develop talent, why are you here? Carolina knew that they had a team that was about to have to develop a lot of different young talent, and they still hired Frank Reich. And I saw a report earlier this week that Frank Reich could be on the hot seat. After one fucking year, Frank Reich could be on the hot seat. And if he is fired this year, at the end of this year, he gonna collect all the bread in his contract. Do you not see the problem that the NFL have with hiring and firing the same white head coaches over and over and over again? And you know who ultimately pay for it? The players who got to deal with that carousel of nonsense. Because I don't see any development happening in Carolina right now with Bryce Young. But his head coach is an offensive-minded head coach. I just saw no development for any other person that he had in Indy when he was playing musical chairs with the quarterback instead of just getting a young quarterback and developing him. And now you do the same thing to Bryce Young by giving him... And that's what I want to do. This is really what I want to know. What did Frank Reich do that made him the number one dude for this Carolina job? That's what I want to know. Because people like to always pull out players' resumes. What is Frank Reich's resume? What in his resume is so great that allowed him to get this job in Carolina right after losing his job in Indy? That just go to show you the standards is different for a player and a coach, because they looked at what he did with his coaching job in Indy and said, that's not on Frank. And then immediately got the job in Carolina. Now they're looking at Carolina saying, oh, damn, why did we hire Frank? I'm telling you, man, some owners don't deserve to be owners. Some GMs don't deserve to be GMs, bro. It's absolutely madness how some of these organizations is ran. But I expect Dallas to put their foot in Carolina's ass and give Carolina another reason as to why they should fire Frank Reich. The Chargers are in Green Bay. Now, I imagine that this will be a close game because the Chargers just don't know how to put away a team, blow out a team, or anything of that nature. So I imagine it'll be a close game. But because Green Bay struggled to score, I'm not taking Green Bay in this game. I'm taking the Chargers, and I'm not a fan of what I see when I watch the Chargers play. And like I said, this will probably be a close game because the Chargers will not make the plays they need to make in order to put the game away. But I imagine it'll be a close game. I imagine Jordan Love and the Packers offense will struggle to score at some point in time in this game, will have a turnover that cost them big in this game. And the Chargers should end up walking away from with a win. If the Chargers lose this fucking game, it's over. They are not making the playoffs if you cannot. Mind you, let's say the Chargers find a way to make the playoffs. How do you take the Chargers serious when they continuously lose or barely beat teams that they should obviously beat? And it'd be different if they actually went out there and blasted or competed against the great teams. But that's not what's happening. On a consistent basis, it don't matter who they playing, they struggle. This is not a Super Bowl contending team, but like I keep telling you, they already done put Justin Herbert's bus in the Hall of Fame. But the Chargers better win this fucking game. Pittsburgh is in Cleveland. Boy, if it was one game on this list that I was saying to myself, boy, I'm not watching that, it'll probably be this one. I ain't watching Mitchell Trubisky, and I ain't watching whoever the fuck line up at quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. I'm going to tell you what's interesting, though. I kind of want to take Cleveland to win this game. For the simple reason, Cleveland's defense, in my opinion, is good enough to stifle the offense of, or whatever you want to call that they over there doing when the defense ain't on the field for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I actually think the Cleveland Browns could get him hell. And I'm actually going to go out on a limb and actually pick Cleveland to win this game. Because Kenny Pickett, to me, is no different than whoever they put in at quarterback for the Browns. And Cleveland's defense will be able to handle Kenny Pickett. I imagine that Pittsburgh defense will be good also. However, I don't think Pittsburgh's defense is as great as Cleveland's defense. And at the end of the day, I believe this will end up being a defensive game. And I believe Cleveland will be able to run the ball when they need to in order to win this game. So I'm taking the Cleveland Browns to win this game. The Vegas Raiders are in Miami to see if they can pick up their third win in a row since hiring Antonio Pierce as their interim head coach, even though if they win the rest of the games this season, he won't be hired as their head coach. We all know that. They're going to end up hiring a white dude that probably got fired from a previous job, but that's neither here nor there. Can the Raiders go into this game and beat Miami? I actually thought for a second that this could be a close game because of how the Raiders been playing lately. But at the end of the day, the Raiders don't have a good defense, in my opinion. And if the Miami Dolphins come in on the shit that they be on with the scoring against bad teams, yeah, Miami's winning this game. Plus, it's in Miami. I got no faith in Vegas going into Miami being able to stop this Miami offense. I do think, like on a weekly basis, Max Crosby will make big plays in this game. I just don't think you're going to be able to score enough points to keep up with Miami in Miami against a team that don't have Lamar Jackson, Pat Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen playing against them. I think it's all money for them. Tennessee is in Jacksonville. Not going to take too long on this game. I think Jacksonville going to end up getting this divisional game win. If they don't, that will be kind of funky because you just lost last week, got blitzed last week by the 49ers. The Tennessee lost last week, but Tennessee's just not a guy. I told y'all what I saw from Will Levis in that game, and listen, all I'm saying is what I saw is pretty much playing out exactly what I said I saw. But like I said, he a rookie. I'm still giving him time. I just saw some things in that game that I did not like. Well, I saw things in both of those games he had played that I did not like, that I was like, oh, he got to immediately fix that, because if he keep doing this and that's just like a regular thing, he going to be a Ryan Fitzpatrick type of quarterback. But I feel like Trevor Lawrence and them boys going to get this. The thing about the Jacksonville Jaguars is when I saw people, hyping them up throughout the season, I was like, man, they really haven't beaten no team that I consider a like Super Bowl contending team. That's why I hadn't really went crazy about the Jaguars. But the media got this thing where if a white quarterback that they like is manning a team that's winning, then they gonna praise him. Because I didn't see Shannon Sharp say shit about Trevor Lawrence and some of the performances he done had this year. Because when I watched the Jags, they don't win games because Trevor Lawrence throw the ball all over the field. They starting to get more to that, but when they run the ball great, they have much success. So, I think the media do fans a disservice. Fans of like, if you're a fan of the Jaguars, bro, the media do you a disservice, because the only thing they do is talk about you when you win it in such a glowing light. But when you losing, they rarely talk about you. And most of the time when you winning and you look at the bad teams you done beat, they not really adding context to really let you know what you have done lately. But hey, it's whatever. Arizona is in Houston to take on the Houston Texans. Kyler Murray is back taking on CJ Stroud. Now I'm taking the Texans in this game for the simple reason I think the defense. So Kyler Murray, this will be a rougher game for him than last week. Well, last week was rough, but even though I liked how he played, but this will be rougher. This is a better defense than what he faced last week. I think that Kyler Murray will make some mistakes in this game, just naturally being back and having to play against a defense as good as the Texans defense can be. I do now what I hope, because last week in that game, I still saw him doing some shit that I don't want Kyler doing on a regular basis, but maybe it was just, because it was last week. But I'm very interested to see. I might end up watching this game. I'm not going to lie to you. This might be the game that I actually turn on out of all these first couple games that I'm looking at. Matter of fact, let me run back through these bad boys. We know I ain't doing Chicago, Detroit. We know I ain't doing New York, Washington. We know I'm not doing Dallas, Carolina. The Chargers, Green Bay is an interesting one. Pittsburgh, Cleveland not happening. Vegas and Miami is an interesting one. Tennessee, Jacksonville, that's an interesting one. Arizona, right now it's between Arizona, Houston, Tennessee, Jacksonville. Because I really do want to see Will Levis again. So it's between those two games right now. But I'm taking Houston to win it. Tampa Bay, San Francisco, I'm taking San Francisco to win it. San Francisco healthy now. So yeah, I'm definitely taking San Francisco. I ain't got to take too much time on that game. Seattle, Rams, I'm taking the Rams. Bro, until Seattle can prove to me that they can beat the Rams on a consistent basis, bro, I'm not taking them to beat the Rams. That is their kryptonite. I don't know what it is. Sean McVay just know how to coach against the Seattle Seahawks for some reason. It's been happening since he got over there in Los Angeles, so I'm taking the Rams. The Jets, Buffalo, a rematch from the week 1 where Josh Allen should have won that game and ended up losing that game because of the interceptions. And Buffalo done lost a lot, bro. But I'm taking Buffalo to win this game. I do think this will be another rough one for Josh Allen just because the Jets defense is just a great defense. But I think Buffalo will play a good enough game to where it's going to be hard for New York to struggle. It's hard every week for New York to struggle. But I think this will be another one of those weeks where it's even harder to struggle because it's late in the season. Buffalo know that they cannot keep losing games. They have to put together a winning streak. So I'm taking Buffalo to win this one. Minnesota, Denver, Sunday night football game. I'm not happy that this is the Sunday night football game. I'm not going to lie to you. All respect to Josh Dobbs. I understand how much better Russell Wilson is playing. I just don't like that this is the Thursday. That this is the Sunday night football game. I feel like Philadelphia, Kansas City should have been the Sunday night football game, not Monday night. But Monday night is still prime time. I just feel like Sunday night should have been that spot for these two teams. But nonetheless, Minnesota, Denver. I'm taking Denver to win this game at home. I really didn't want to take Denver to win this game. I kind of wanted to take the Vikings because I like what Josh Dobbs been doing over the last couple weeks. However, Denver's defense has been phenomenal since that 70-point game they had. So I'm taking Denver to win this game. I do think Josh Dobbs still can make mistakes. Like, I understand a lot of people just going around watching his highlights, and he did have a great game in one of them Vikings games. But Josh Dobbs can still throw the ball to the other team. He can still process things a little bit slower because he isn't always been out there as a starting quarterback. And I think he'll get an opportunity. He'll have opportunities in this game where Denver can pick him off and things of that nature. So I'm taking Denver to win this game. One of the reasons I don't like that this is the Sunday night game because I hate Denver's offense, bro. I really do. I just don't like Sean Payton coach teams that much or that his offenses. So I'm not going to lie to you. I really don't want to see that, but I'm probably going to watch it. Philadelphia is in Kansas City for Super Bowl LVII rematch. I don't know what number that is. I don't know my Roman numerals. Don't get mad at me because you probably don't know either. Or either. Whatever. Anyways, this should be a good game. I am taking Philadelphia to win this game, though. Now, I'm going to tell you what's interesting in this game. The reason I'm finna take Philadelphia to win it is the same way they lost last year. Because I just don't think that Kansas City got enough on offense. But I didn't think Kansas City had enough on offense last year. But when you have Pat Mahomes, you can win those type of games that nobody think you're supposed to win. However, this ain't the Super Bowl. So I believe that the Philadelphia Eagles will be able to go out there and get this. Plus, this is in Philly. This is going to be a tough game. And I understand how great Pat Mahomes is. And I understand that I be talking about I don't really have a ton of faith in the Philadelphia defense here and there. But I just feel like Philadelphia's defense, at least in this game, they'll be able to get it done. Plus, this will be a competitive game. I do not see a blowout happening. I think Philadelphia will end up getting this win in the closing moment. Not in the closing moments, but they'll secure this win late in the fourth. Because Kansas City's defense is a real thing. They still have a great defense. However, what's going to be interesting to me about this defense is how great will you be when you take on A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Julio, the running backs in that backfield, Jalen Hurts. I don't think Dallas Goedert going to play this game. I think he's still hurt. But regard that offensive line of the Philadelphia Eagles. So this will be a great game. I still feel like it should have been on Sunday. And you could have thrown that Minnesota game on Monday, but whatever. With that being said, though, I appreciate y'all for joining me on another episode of Kicking It with Saint. Tell somebody you fuck with them. Tell somebody you love them. You can be anything in the world. Choose to be kind to somebody today. Like, subscribe, share, and I appreciate all the support. I truly do from the bottom of my heart. I love y'all. I fuck with y'all. Saint out.
I got the moves like hot sauce. Lil' mama taking the top off. I'm laying down getting topped off. After this, she know she getting knocked off. I know she loving the money, so I keep on thumbing and thumbing. She say she horny when she taking shots, so I keep them coming and coming. Now I'm putting dick in her tummy, scoop her up like I'm raking or something. You would think shawty red track, the way that she running and running. You getting dumber and dumber, you out here chasing the bone. After she finished from giving me dome, the Uber is taking her home. Tight.